In this tutorial, I will show you how to use the model interface to process raster data. The advantage of using the model interface is it allows you to set up several tools from the ArcGIS toolbox in sequence and run them all at the same time. So the first step in using the model interface is we're going to go to the connected folder. We will right-click New and Toolbox. We'll name this Pullman Tools. I'm also going to create a new geodatabase where all of the files that we create can go. This Pullman. And as you can see here, I've already brought in the DEM file that I want to process and create flow accumulation lines for. So to start with this modeling interface, we're going to right-click the toolbox. We will click New and then click Model, and that will open up the model interface. The first step is to change some of the properties of the model. We will go to Model Properties, and under the General tab, we will change its name to Flow Accumulation. And ArcGIS does not allow spaces in the name. And then we will give it a label. And under the Environments tab, we need to change some of the extents and settings. So we'll go to Processing Extent and check the box that says Extent. Under Raster Analysis, check the box that says Cell Size. Then we'll go to this Values button here. We'll click Processing Extent and then choose Same As Layer, and it will give the file name of the DEM that we're processing. We'll do the same thing for the raster analysis settings. We'll click OK, and then we'll click OK. So now we're ready to start building our model. The first step is we want to bring in our input DEM, and we can just click and drag that from the table of contents and place it in the model window. And now when we process a DEM, oftentimes there are holes within the DEM and we want to fill those holes. So we're going to click on the Arc toolbox. We're going to navigate to Spatial Analyst Tools, to Hydrology, and then we'll click and drag the Fill tool. So now this Fill tool appears in the ArcGIS modeling interface. We're going to connect our input file to the Fill tool. And we'll select Input Surface Raster. And now that connection has been made, and it's telling this model that we want to take our input file, run the fill command, and create an output raster from that file. Then we want to check where this file is going to end up, so we'll double click the fill tool, and this is not the folder that I want it to be in, so I'm going to select this. I'll go to DEM, and I want it to go to the Pullman geodatabase. So I'll double click that. Now we'll name this click OK. Now the next step in creating flow accumulations is to create flow directions. So I will pull in the flow direction tool, just like I did with the fill tool. And I will connect the filled DEM to flow directions as the input surface raster. Now here, as things start to get cluttered, a helpful tool to make things stay neat is the auto layout tool, and that automatically lines everything up. And I'm going to do the same thing with fill. I'm going to make sure that it's going to the correct directory. This Pullman geodatabase is where I want it to go. I'll name this. I'll click Save. Okay. And again, then the final step in creating flow accumulations is to run the flow accumulation tool. So I'll click and drag that and then connect it as the input flow direction raster, and then use the auto layout tool to line everything up. I can also click zoom to extent to view the entire model. We'll double click flow accumulations, verify that it is going to the correct directory. And it is. So now we have this entire model, which is going to take this input raster, this DEM, fill it, create an output filled DEM, create flow directions from that DEM and create an output flow direction file, and then it will run flow accumulations on that and create a flow accumulation output file. So we can go ahead and click run, and it will execute each of the commands that I asked it to execute. And it will do this all in sequence, so I don't have to manage it myself. So now that the commands have been completed, I can exit out of this modeling window. I do want to save it. And I can go into the ARC catalog and the Pullman geodatabase, which I created. And here is all of those raster files, including the flow accumulations file, which is the one I was trying to get to. I can now click and drag this into the table of contents. And here you can see these white lines are the flow accumulations where water is going to accumulate. Now, if you want to go back and edit your model, it's important to right-click the model and click Edit. And that will allow you to get back to this interface where you can make changes. And now you will understand how to use the modeling interface to set up different tools in ArcGIS.